What's up, guys? So, are beard myths fact or fiction? We're here today to tell you whether or not they are true or false.
Welcome back to Heritage in Maine. And for those of you who it's your first time, I'm PK. This is my brother Matt. We talk about big beards.
Yep.
Today, we're going to talk about beard myths. Some that are absolutely untrue. A lot of people think are true.
All right. So, who's kicking it off?
Go for it.
I guess the number one myth that I've come across and heard numerous times is shaving your beard. Will shaving your beard make it grow in thicker and fuller? Well, through trial and error, I have figured out that this is false. No, it will not make it grow in thicker, faster, or fuller at all. You got any experience with hearing that myth?
Yeah. Same thing. That's what I think. Yeah, I've heard it a lot, many times, different people, but yeah, agree. It has nothing to do with how thick your beard is, how full it is, how long it is, how fast it grows. Nothing like that is going to be affected by shaving or how frequently you shave to make it grow back faster or fuller. The one thing that is true is you can't grow a beard unless you stop shaving.
That is true.
That is the truth. You have to not shave
Exactly.
to grow a beard.
Yeah. And if your significant other is telling you that she shaves her legs and it grows back thicker and fuller, I'm here to tell you that she's fooling you. She is trying to induct you into the beardless club because it does not grow back thicker and fuller. So, myth number one.
It's definitely not true. All right, number 2. So blow dryers will destroy your beard.
Okay. I've heard that one.
Not true. As long as you use low heat, medium to low heat, keep it moving, and then maybe finish it off with a little cold air at the end, no harm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hair.
It helps manage it, helps, especially if you have a longer beard, straighten it out a little bit, get some of the curl out, make it look a little more presentable. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, it's just hair.
Huge help.
I mean, women use blow dryers every day for the hair
That's
on
right.
their head.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
granted, extreme heat will damage any hair, whether it's on your head or on your face. So, like you said, try to use a cool or alternating or something like that. Don't get in there and blast it full high heat because, yeah, you're going to damage it and it's going to start falling out. But no, a blow dryer will not damage your hair beyond repair unless you use it improperly.
Myth 2, busted.
All right. All right, I guess I'll go with myth number 3. It's a good one. Beards are dirty germ traps. So, I even saw a news article not too long ago talking about this. So, the myth is that because the beard is around your mouth, it's catching your spit and your germs and your Cheetos and your chicken grease and whatever else is in the air. Well, that is probably true. Same thing with the hair on your head. Your hair on your head's in the environment. It's catching whatever else too. So if you maintain your beard properly, it's not dirty. If you're not maintaining it properly, your head on your hair and your hair on your head and the hair on your face is dirty.
Yeah.
So yeah, it could probably be a germ trap, but if maintained properly, no, that's false.
Yeah. It's actually, I have read an article that people say is actually a bit of an air filter. So it can actually clean the air that you're breathing and actually help protect you from some of those germs.
Yeah. There you go. So if your wife or significant other doesn't want you growing a beard, tell her that you're doing it for your health.
It's healthier.
It's an air filter that I don't have to breathe pollution or any of these other things out in the air. So yeah, there's another check in the box for pro beard.
That's right.
What you got next?
All right, another myth. Thicker beards grow faster. Dense beards. Not true. It has nothing to do with how fast it grows. You can have a super dense, thick beard that grows slowly and not very long. I think that's the other bit of a related myth is like beard length. Not everyone, I don't think, can grow a long beard. I think beards at some point they get to a happy length, and it's tougher to get them longer than that unless you just are all in for years and years and years. I think they get to a point and they slow down a little bit with their growth. Or I think, but thick beard, dense beard has nothing to do with how fast it grows.
Yep, I could see that. I could see the misconception of a thick beard appearing to grow faster because it's thicker.
Right. Like I shaved this morning and now I look like I have a beard, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fast growing when it comes to length. It just looks darker.
Optical illusion.
That's right.
Not science. It's an optical illusion. All right, another one. I got a good one. This is one of my favorites. Get it all the time, especially this time of year. We're living in South Georgia. I know you probably heard it, living in South Carolina. Beards are hot. So we got two ways of looking at the word hot. Beards are hot. So when somebody says that to me, I think sweat. It's more weight on my face. It's hair. It causes me to sweat. That's one way of looking at hot. The other way of looking at hot is being on the back of the boat at the lake, and a boat drives by, and they look at you and like, look at that dude with that beard. He is hot. So the second, number two, riding by looking at you and hot, that is fact. That is true. Guaranteed that you will be hotter with a beard. Fact number one, that a beard is hot will cause you to sweat or overheat. That is false. A beard is actually ventilation. It's allowing the perspiration or the sweat to evaporate, so it actually has a cooling effect. So you are not technically, if you have facial hair, you are not sweating any more than the guy beside you that has a clean shaven face. So if
it actually wicks sweat away.
Yep.
Yeah. And it helps a bit to block UV rays.
Yep.
Also.
There you go.
So another health benefit.
There you go. Another one. Who knew that there were so many pros to having a beard? Yeah. So another thing is, we're going to have to edit that. I know what I was going to say. So another thing, just to kind of prove our point, that if hair, so we have hair on our heads, we have hair on our face, legs, everywhere else. If hair made you hot as far as temperature or sweating, in South Georgia and South Carolina, you would see a lot more purposely bald women and purposely bald men because the hair on their head makes them sweat too much. So, of course, we know this one is false because it does not make you hotter. It does in appearance, but it doesn't in temperature.
All right. Couple more. Here's a couple that I have. We can decide if we want to talk about any of them. But there's one, exercise helps your beard grow, which is actually true. Better circulation, better growth. And then wash often with regular shampoo or soap, which is, we talk plenty about how that's not good. Beard oil fixes everything, which is not necessarily true.
No.
Like you need to be clean at some point.
Yeah. At some point that oil builds up and your skin's going to get irritated.
Right.
And you're
It helps and it's necessary, but it's not the cure-all.
Yeah. It's a tool.
Yeah.
It's not a Swiss Army knife. It's a tool.
Exactly. Beards grow evenly without any help. That is a myth.
No, that is
They do
not
not
true.
grow evenly. Yeah. And then there's one, you can't get a sunburn with a beard, which you actually absolutely can.
Yeah. Those are some good ones.
So I don't know if we want to talk about any of those or just.
I think I had 3 more. You want me to kind of pitch that? Well, I kind of pitched these and we kind of picked which one we want to do.
Yeah.
So my patchy beard just won't fill in.
Yeah.
It could be true.
It could be true.
But guess what?
You will never know.
Exactly.
Unless,
If you don't get past the patchy homeless stage, you'll never know if it will fill in.
right.
So you got to stick with it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You got to stick with it. It's an investment.
Yeah.
So it's an investment in your health. We've
That's
already
right.
proved 2 points.
That's it.
Trimming your beard wet is easier.
Yeah. No.
It might be easier,
Yeah.
but it's not going to look right.
It doesn't look right at all.
No. We've tried it.
Yeah. Yeah. We could do a whole episode on just trimming the thing.
Yeah. Another one. I don't grow my beard because my skin underneath it becomes dry, itchy, and flaky, or other known as beardruff.
Yeah. I think most people talk about that one a ton.
Yeah. I got a group of guys at work that sit in the cubicle behind me. And I think 3 times in the last week, they've talked about not growing a beard because they get the beardruff and they're washing their beards with Head and Shoulders.
Exactly. Yeah.
All this other stuff. I'll probably venture over there at some point and give them some helpful tips.
I bet if they stop washing it for like a week, like just rinsed it and used beard oil for like a week, it probably wouldn't itch you anymore at all.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, it's proper maintenance. Just like anything else. If you didn't change the oil in your car, eventually it's going to blow up. So same thing with your beard. If you don't change the oil in your beard or try the oil in your beard, you're going to have bad results. Here's one that I really do like. Women don't like men with beards.
Yeah, that is not true. There probably are some that don't,
There are.
but there are plenty that do, for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it could be fact and fiction. I mean, I'm sure there's some women out there that just absolutely hate facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
But from the articles and the research that I've done, there are far more that prefer it. It's got something to do with some masculinity. This individualism.
Yeah.
It's just where it comes from. Kind of like
Yeah.
we'll talk about in the next episode.
Yes.
But yeah, I think those are the main ones.
Thanks for tuning in. Let us know if there are any myths that you've heard that we missed that need to go on the list. Yeah. And enjoy the last days with the beard. These days are definitely numbered unless something changes. I think it's got 4 or 5 more days. Yes.
Yep.
I'm thinking about putting a tie around it and like shaving it as one piece so I can hang it back on my face when we do.
That'd be good. That'd be good. Put some like
Make it.
adhesive backing on it or something.
That's it. I'm gonna have a beard wig.
There you go. Why not?
Yeah. I think I am gonna let Willie help me so that he's
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd probably be a very
Adjust.
wise idea.
Thanks. I think it's gonna be a dramatic weekend around the house.
Yeah. For him and you.
Oh yeah. I'm also getting a haircut too.